Welcome to a new Draw My Life video.
Once upon a time, in a far, far away land, far in distance and in time, there was a kingdom. It was winter, a winter that seemed would never end, and the whole country was going through a cold and snow wave. Away from the town in the white forest, right in the middle of the kingdom, there was a castle, protected by high walls and lots of eyes watching day and night. In it lived a very special being, little Princess Alexa. She was a very smiling and bright little girl. She loved playing with her dolls and watching the stars. But what she liked the most in this world was laying in her mom's arms, the queen, while she told her fantastic fairy tales, which sometimes had a terrifying ending that made her tremble. She also had an older brother called Alexander, a happy boy with a great sense of justice, though he also loved making pranks, especially on her sister. One day during that winter, the queen came back from a long trip and Alexa went out to meet her. She was surprised not to see her dad, the king, as well, but she imagined he probably was taking care of other matters. In order to celebrate she had come back, the queen suggested to the kids the three of them should go for a walk around the street fair that had just started next to the castle. Alexa was having a good time going here and there, watching the minstrels and the fire breathers. But when she held her mom's hand to follow her, she had a strange feeling, as if it were colder than usual. She calmed her down with a smile and pointed to another ride, far from the rest. An old and shabby marquee, though it still looked bright. The queen invited her kids to go in and said goodbye from the entrance. The inside was a maze of mirrors, also covered with dust. At the end of it, Alexa and her brother found a beautiful gift box. The kids pulled the ribbon and opened the box. Pink and blue smoke came out of it. Suddenly, the whole place came to life. Everything looked new and shiny, and two more boxes appeared. Two jesters, a boy and a girl, dressed in blue and pink, came out of them. They started pirouetting beautifully around the kids, who looked at them fascinated. They sang songs and showed them some magic tricks that captivated them. In the end, they gave each of them a little music box. They explained that from that moment on, they were at their disposition and would be with them always to entertain them whenever they needed. But they also warned them that those boxes were for them to share with each other and that only those with pure hearts could use them. And just like that, the jesters disappeared. Alexander, still astonished, wanted to see his sister's box and took it from her. When she tried to get it back, he slapped her and ran towards the castle, leaving Alexa bathed in tears. Days went by and Alexander never left his room. From hers, Alexa heard every night her brother's uncontrollable laugh. She was worried she didn't see him anymore. She missed him and she wanted to play with the jesters as well. So one night, she gathered her courage and went into his room. What she saw in there made her blood run cold. The lights went on and off, revealing the blood on the walls. In the center of the room, on the floor, lay the two music boxes, open, playing a strange melody of a lullaby, sweet and sinister at the same time. Alexa looked up and saw her brother's body, wounded, writhed against the ceiling. The girl shrieked in pain, and suddenly the body started to burn. She managed to run out of the room, yelling for her mom. She found her in her room, in bed, and she tried to explain what she had just witnessed. The queen's reaction was a grotesque laugh, and Alexa stepped away from her, scared. She bumped into her dad, who held her in his arms. But the pressure in the hack kept growing and growing until it was almost impossible to bear it, and he started to choke her. The girl managed to free herself and escaped running. She tried to hide in one of the closets in the hallway, but she felt a presence behind her. When she turned around, she saw horrified her parents' corpses. Their eyes were out of their sockets and their tongue purple sticking out of their mouths. Alexa didn't know what to do. Those creatures that were not their parents were chasing her closely. The fire in the room had turned into a great fire that was burning down the whole castle and was blocking her way. She ended up going in her room. The walls in there had been destroyed, leaving the room open to the cold and the snow. At the door, she saw the two grotesque versions of her parents walking through the smoke. Slowly, they went back to their original shape, the two jesters. Alexa then understood everything. Her brother's selfishness and meanness had freed them from their miniature jails. The jester got close to her with an evil smile. A huge colored maze appeared from his back. It was so big that it was impossible to hold it in the air. He took a deep breath, took it above his head and let it fall on Alexa. She was paralyzed and could only watch the snowflakes moving away as it got closer.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!